Well, hello there. Thought I would do a chat with me, stitch with me, whatever you guys call it. This isn't the most bestest angle, but that's the only thing I can get. I don't know how people do it on the overhead. So, just thought I would do this. I did apply for the live YouTube. I happen to be putting up a short to announce that I'm going to be doing the live, and I realized that you need 50 people, and I have 50 people on this channel. It used to be 1,000, and I haven't kept up on YouTube's changes, so I don't know if it's a different kind of live, but nonetheless, that's what I'm going to be doing. And so the 24th hour will be sometime in Monday, because it was late yesterday that I applied for it, figuring, let's see what it does. And sure enough, it said, just one moment, we're getting it ready, wait 24 hours. Okay, well, let's see how that works. So right now I am working on a wolf that is lapping up water, which is this right here. And I'm working, it's hard to tell, I think I'm working on the back hip somewhere. It's dark, so it's hard to tell. And then I'm going to do this. What I do is I take out a strand that contains 6 threads, and then I'll use all of those 6 up, because this is 2 strand, I think it's 11 count, no, 14 count, 2 strand. And then when I finish those up, then I'll switch out to something else. I've been rotating quite often lately. I'm running out of hoops, and when I use a Q-snap, the holder that I have here that's holding this in place doesn't do well with Q-snaps. Even if you were not to use the adjustable plastic piece that goes on there, it still gets caught up in this mouth thing, because it's 2 pieces of wood that come together and clamp, and when I try to take the Q-snap off of it, it just holds onto it, and I have to take off the whole kit and caboodle just to get it to let go of that. It's such a struggle. So, anyway, doing this. Our weather isn't definitely in fall. We had 19 degrees the other night, and now it's in the 20s at night, and we're going to have overcast and may or may not rain. It looks like it's going to rain now. Barely any wind. We had a wind warning yesterday. That came and went. But it's just I love these overcast blah days. So what I've been doing is spring cleaning. And when I do spring cleaning, I have a solid oak desk that I use for writing pen pal letters on and doing other things. And that has just been coagulated with junk, just putting it on there. So I took everything off, put everything that I touch to where it's supposed to go. So I actually have a room to write. I went to Goodwill and I found their black metal crate looking things that you have to put together with these round knobs on each corner, and you just can build them and stack them as you want. I found a huge box for $7. Family gave me a little box, and I used it to store, household things like cleaners and Scott towels and tea and stuff like that. So this one's going to hold my yarn. I just don't know where it's going to be. I have to be careful if I put it out in the living room that the cats may want to play with it, even though I have bags of yarn that is just opened up and they haven't touched it. I just want to make sure that's the same case, and that's kind of a good thing. But they may also want to try to climb on top of this. So I'm also going to be using some zip ties to help hold it together, even though it's not going to weigh a lot, just to keep it more sturdier. They're still in my car, still in the box. I have to take them out bit by bit because it's too heavy for me to carry. But I have to clean up, so I'm cleaning up my roll top right now. I got the top all done, and now underneath the floor where it's at is all my yarn stuff I've been working on. So I'm going through that. Whatever the rule is, whatever I touch, I have to put it where it belongs. A lot of things are being donated, thrown away. There's just way too much anymore. I'm going to be getting some of my diamond paintings together that I haven't used in years, and I'm going to go ahead and wrap those up with their appropriate diamonds. Start donating those to Goodwill that's around the corner. I'll save some, don't know how many, but you have a tendency to want to buy, and then you're like, well, you don't have enough time in your lifetime to do it. And diamond painting is harder to get going because you have to have those individual containers to put the diamonds in, as opposed to just ripping open a bag and using it all. I don't like doing that, or to use a clamp to close it kind of thing. So if I only known, I had it in my brain that I'd be able to finish them and all this stuff, but no, let's bring it down to a reasonable amount. Make me feel a little bit better. So I got so many hobbies and crafts, and I've learned not to get rid of anything saying, I don't want anything to do with this craft anymore. I am so into cross stitching. I don't want looming, or something. And then you go back and go, man, I wish I'd have kept that. So my living room is just coagulated with hamper bags, is what I call them. And they're filled with different yarns for different projects. I've been busy doing NICU and the elderly hat and scarves. I haven't sent anything off yet. So I just make a whole mess and we'll donate that. We have snow in our mountains. Don't know when there'll be any down here. I think on Wednesday and Thursday of next week we will see. I'm all ready for that as far as that goes. I got a big gap here. I want to make sure I don't want to jump too far, so I'm just going to tie this off. Cars in the garage all ready to go. Finally got that cleaned not too long ago on a weekend when I was off. I was like, finally found motivation to do it. And I don't care about wasting that much thread because I got tons and tons and tons of thread. I've got bags full. I got all this stuff. So I'm just going to do as I need to. And so what I do is, since I'm done, I'm not necessarily done with my cleaning of my roll top, but I did put the carpet powder on there, and that's sitting now. So then I come in here and I ice my back while I'm doing this. And I'll go through one set of threads here. And then I'll get up and go do more cleaning. And then we'll just go back and forth and back and forth. This one is, since it's called, is it just the wolf? There's one that's Autumn House or something I'm going to get next. They're brand new. Haven't even touched it. So I thought I'd rotate more. I was watching a channel, and this gal said she had to stop buying diamond paintings. She wasn't joking, about 500. And I'm like, this is ridiculous, people. I mean, make me feel good about the 100 I have, but geez Louise. It's as though it's going out of style or something. Everybody's hoarding them. But when it's nice and cheap and you want to do it and you have that brain set to say I can do it and no problem, then maybe you can have time when I retire, which won't be for another minute. I do have Turkey Week off, so I'll be able to call the individuals who are responsible for your retirement and all this stuff and ask them questions. Since I've been in my current job for 20 years in December, see if I can get grandfathered into the 50 years of retirement. But I have to make sure that my income is at max because the rent keeps going up. You know how that goes. So that's with that. One of my doctors for my knee, I've seen since the 80s. He's retiring, which I figured he was close to retirement. And nobody in my small town will accept its federal workers' comp. Even though they say they accept it, they decline it. And they've declined a lot of people, which I don't even understand what they're looking for then. But anyway, it wouldn't be anybody in my town, so I have to travel like over an hour just to get to where I'm supposed to go see a doctor for 15, 20 minutes. To say, hey, how you doing? Long time no see. It's going to be actually the doctor that did my knee, the surgeon that put my knee in. Since my knee doesn't bend all the way anymore, he's quite disappointed in it all. Went in there twice to go get, not cartilage, scar tissue. Didn't let it bend. And then it still didn't bend in the end. So now I've got the permanent disability. So I don't know if he will accept me again. But it's not like he needs to do anything, and there's no pain meds or anything. I just go in there and say, how you doing, and look what I can do, and talk to you once a week, once a year is my requirement to keep it for lifetime coverage. So, other than that, that's what happens when you live in a small town. You only have so much to work with, but I'm familiar how to get to his office. It's not stressful. So I am good with that. If he doesn't accept me, then I think there's 2 more that accept it and go from there. I'll have to do research. Let's see what else here. So on November 1st, somebody had come by the law enforcement after one of our historical hotels. It was bought by somebody and they were in the process of restoring it. Well, on November 1st, on camera, somebody had, turned in the evidence that this woman went inside and then she left, and then there was this combustible flame thing going on, and then the whole hotel is 90% destroyed. The front skeleton part is still there. They sent in cadaver dogs because we do still have people living there, which is sad. We don't know the reason. Maybe it was a murder to cover up a murder, whatever. It's very rare in our town that this is even happening, but I'm glad that they caught her on camera. And now the DAs are like, don't destroy it, because they were supposed to have destroyed it like a week ago Monday, the whole thing, to bring it down. But if there's evidence in there, then they shouldn't be destroying it. My lamp just came off my table. I have yet to find a good lamp that does what it's supposed to by clamping it onto tables and stuff. Everything keeps coming off. Where's my needle? Down here. So they found that, and then they are delaying destroying the whole thing. And not only that, but the owner wanted to use some of the remnants of the outside and then build into the new building, if that even happens. But now, they may just destroy it and start from scratch, or don't put anything in there. We've had hotels and motel rooms explode because they use this honey oil for some sort of a drug lab. We've had 2 of those happening in our area. Pretty sad. And then this last Saturday, I was off. Not like yesterday, because today's Sunday, but a week ago Saturday, I hear this call coming over the scanner, because I always listen to the scanner, and it said, be advised, there's a hostage situation with a male holding a female, and it gave the location, all this stuff. And then more calls came in, said 2 shots fired. Well, they found 2 gunshot victims, and it was a murder-suicide. Don't know more than that. Haven't seen them in the obits yet, but that's what that was there. So just our town is getting weird. We don't have this kind of activity. We've had attempted murders. People are stealing, of course, of all the time. But that's stealing is like a normal anywhere you go, most places you go. Around here, it's just like a small country town that nobody cares, and it's sad that this stuff is happening, but thanks to our lovely governor who keeps letting out convicted felons who serve lifetime sentences for murder get out in 30 years. Yeah, done your deed. You're not going to want to murder again. No, there's other crimes. Don't get me going on that one. Last night I made myself, because I have to use up my eggs I have, so I scramble a bunch of eggs, and then I scramble some hamburger, and then I add some, different things like salt and one more. And different spices. So that can last me. I have a whole plate full, so that will last me. Since dinner last night, I had some for lunch a bit ago, and the rest will be for dinner tonight. So that's good. What I'm really trying to do is just clean up my living room area, get things put away, organized, because they need to be put into things instead of just regular bags and sitting there. It's just so coagulated. I hate it, you know, having this little path to go through. I need it neater than that to have some sort of a non-guilt trip that I can start doing cross-stitching without worrying about cleaning up. All right. Big patch of red here. So I think what I'm going to do is updates on my stitching stuff every weekend, whether Saturday or Sunday. Because every day of the week I can come in here and I can get X amount of stuff done. The amount of kits I have, I will not get done in my lifetime. Oh shoot. Speaking of lifetime, I have to work on my, I have to work on my, come on, think, vacation request for next year. It's due in 2 more weeks, but I'm going to be off that second week. I gotta do that. Otherwise I won't have any vacation. I gotta go through next year's calendar to find out dates to take off and all this stuff. So that's something I gotta do. Another reason why I want to clean stuff up, so I can get that going. I bought a nice chair at Goodwill and they only wanted $6 for it. And when I got it home, I realized probably why. Because the seats have metal protruding from underneath, not through the fabric itself, but it's just, you know, like sitting on metal and on your leg. But you can easily put a blanket or something on there, so no big deal. They didn't make it very thick in areas. The arm has the same situation as well. But couldn't pass it up, so now I have enough chairs to go in different areas without having to borrow a chair from someplace. Almost done with this thread. But nothing else is happening. Nothing exciting. They have all the craft fairs coming up for this season and the holiday. One's going to be at our local college a few miles from here. I don't go to any of that. It's just too people-y for me. I don't like crowds. They have farmer markets in the summertime. Again, I don't like crowds, so don't bother. Sundays, our Goodwill used to have every Sunday, it was 50% off a certain color. Now it's every day of the week, and they just change it every Saturday. But again, on weekends, we have our Cascade Nursery workers, which are the Hispanics that come in. And they're here, and usually Goodwill is just coagulated with them, so I avoid that on the weekends. When I get off of work, I go pass by there once in a while, because I'm looking for some more hoops. I want to get more plastic than wood. I did have the new square hoops that I just got from Amazon. I'm not much liking them, even though they are nice and they have that groove that fits in together. But it's hard to get a stiff canvas like this printed one on there. So that's the only thing. But I will find other things to use them for. Because regular cloth will work well. Just these printed ones don't work well when they're brand new. Boonk. Boonk. Man, it's getting hot in here now. Alright. I have a bean bag here. It's a rice bag, actually. I used it for when I was doing photography. You would put it on a truck hood or something, and you'd rest your hand on it so you could be steady when taking pictures. See, where did I leave off? Up here somewhere. But now it's been sitting in my closet, and I thought, because when I put my large landscape on here, it tilts it. So I got the idea to use this as a weight bag as well. And then my elbow happens to rest right there. So that's what I'm using it for right now. feels good to clean the house during the spring. Just to get stuff done. I noticed that my subscribers have jumped up significantly, so thank you for those who are new. Stop by, make comments. I always look forward to the comments. Not getting in as many as I wish I could. There's only like 1 comment and 5 likes. But I guess it just takes a lot of motivation for people to talk or to say something or start a conversation. So, depends how well you're liked. I do have another channel called Hoppin' Frog Hobbies. And that's just going to be more like, you know, all the other random things I do. Food hauls, Goodwill hauls, and things like that. Is going to be on that channel. That's only got 5 subscribers. I'm like, yeah, I wasn't holding my breath there. YouTube isn't everything. It's just I like to share things with folks, and I'm turning to more and more on Facebook where they have the groups for cross-stitching and all the other hobbies I like. But it's fun to watch a video too. I am there more for the stories. If any of you have ever listened to Dizzy Stitcher, Darren in Australia, his stories are great. I think it's cool. He just moved to a new place, so he's still getting settled in, but he's hoping to release a new video if he hasn't already. I haven't checked. Alright, this is my last X, and then I'm going to go finish cleaning the house, and then I'll wait, and I'll come back, and I'll start working on this some more. Oops, actually I'll switch out to a new canvas of my autumn house. And then by Saturday or Sunday of next week, you guys will get a whole mess of new updates. So that's cool. My needle minders, they're just nothing more than resin that I had made for some wind chimes. And these are just the pieces off of it. And I thought, why not? Let's just put magnets on them. So got lots of them. These are the scissors I bought at Amazon. They're slightly curved to help get flush when you cut. They're excellent. I got about 3 of those that I did. Let me see if I can find my next project. Here it is. You're probably going to move a bit, okay? Here's my next project I'm going to work on. It's called the Autumn House. So if you haven't seen that before, I just did a update with all my cross stitching, so I'll get this one out. And that will be awesome. Alright, short and sweet. Thank you for joining me. Any comments, questions, leave them down below. And next time I do a chat with me or a stitch with me, I can answer some questions. And we'll just have ourselves a little conversation. Otherwise, I will try that live thing and see how we go with that. Until then, bye-bye.